Well, we have the Steelers. We all know what's going on with them.
Sure.
We had Pirates Fest.
It's a great weekend. Yep, great weekend for
had
sports.
The Penguins, who are now down to using half of Wheeling's roster, I think, to play tonight against Toronto.
But still winning and in Detroit.
But, Mr. Fedko, you tweeted on Friday or yesterday.
Saturday morning.
You said Monday morning that you and I would talk about why the North Catholic win.
It was Sunday morning. Saturday morning.
In the state championship was, what was it? You tell me.
I'll discuss why North Catholic's 2030 football is one for the ages.
Okay, so go ahead and discuss, because I thought it was an interesting. First of all, what I loved is it was a 2-point conversion. He went for it, game over, and went home.
It was unbelievable.
That's forever. That guy's my favorite coach. Is he related to the idiot
Ravenstall?
mayor?
He's the judge. Yeah, he's his dad.
Okay.
That's Luke's dad.
Okay.
So the whole thing's a total.
He is related to the idiot mayor.
Absolutely, and it's a total joke. Here's some inside information I can tell you. When I used to go do.
That's his dad? I thought it was his brother.
And he won't. When you go to his summer practices, and I would try. There was a time at Channel 11 I would go to every single practice.
Yeah.
Every team's
and Luke
practice.
was a football player.
And I still go. I went to a lot this year, even though we didn't take cameras there. But you would go there, and I never ever did an interview with Ravenstall, the coach. The dad. You know why?
Why?
Because he's a judge and he's supposed to be working. He refused to do interviews.
Because he didn't want anybody to know.
Yeah, exactly. He was always out on the football field. He was never making absolute truth.
Well, his son's got
it's
issues
one of those
too
political
about doing
things
when he's supposed to be working.
Well, yeah, I mean, the guy would not do interviews because he didn't want to be seen outside the courtroom where he's supposed to be.
But did Luke play at North
obviously, he's a
Catholic?
great football coach.
Did Luke go to North Catholic?
Absolutely, he was a quarterback.
Yeah,
he was a star, John.
Yeah,
I said with all sincerity, politics aside.
You remember him in high school?
Oh my goodness, he was a great high school football player.
Wow,
Luke Ravenstall was a great high school football player.
At North Catholic.
At North Catholic. He was. I remember like yesterday, I covered all his games.
Probably not going to go down as one of Pittsburgh's great mayors.
No, but he was a great high school football. I mean, politics aside, and we're only here to talk about sports. Well, he was a great high school football player, Luke Ravenstall. Should be really proud of his high school career.
And he played in at WJ.
And you know what? He goes to a lot of North Catholic games. I see him at almost all of them. When I go to North Catholic game, he's there. Supports the team.
So why is this? First of all, I love the two. He went for two. Game over.
Okay, so we'll talk about. I do want to talk about it in general. What happened this week because we had 3 Whitfield teams playing the state title game. 2 of them won. Central Catholic lost. But let's start with North Catholic. North Catholic is one of the great high school sports stories of all time. I think it's right.
This year's team.
Absolutely. I think it's right up there with Hoosiers. Because look what's going on there. Here's a team that, against the wishes of many of its alumni, is now closing this old building on Troy Hill.
Going north.
Moving completely north, completely out of
brand new building.
where they had an incredible tradition. There? Beautiful. Spectacular.
Yeah.
It's a spectacular facility they're building in Cranberry. But they're closing down a lot of tradition here. Mm-hmm. It's the last year of that building. The last year of that place.
They're going to blow it up?
They should, probably, if they're moving out of it.
How old's the building?
Really old. I don't know.
100 years?
No, I don't know if it's 100 years.
That's old. I know that.
It's really old.
Up on Troy.
Really old and antiquated. But anyway, it's the last year of the building. Okay? Mm-hmm. Their football program's been okay the last 25 years. It's been okay. It hasn't been okay. It hasn't been great. It's been
Not
okay.
like Central.
No, nothing like Central. Not like Seton. Not like Seton LaSalle.
That's true, too, yeah.
It's been okay.
Don't get me started on that.
And they barely had enough kids to field a school, much less a team. Until they open this new school. They have a very small population, but they're going to have 1,000 kids in the new school.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this is the last year in the old building. They go undefeated. Their big running back, P.J. Fulmer, the star of the team, was injured in the middle of the season.
And they're playing in what class?
And their quarterback got hurt. Class A. Okay? Class A.
Yeah.
Okay. They're going up against. When the season starts, Clareton's got a 66-game winning streak, so you figure they're going to be in it. And if it's not Clareton, it's going to be Stowe Rocks, who has another unbelievably loaded team. They're in a really tough division. Single A is really tough because of Clareton, Stowe Rocks. So they have to just get through that, okay? So they ended up winning a game earlier this year on a 2-point conversion.
They did.
Just to get the
They did that.
Regular season
He
game
did that early in the year.
22-21, okay? They ended winning that game was on a same deal. They went for it.
Because I'm sure Shanahan's getting beat up all over the place down in D.C. for going for 2 yesterday. He had that same situation. They didn't make it. But go ahead.
So they get to the state title game, and they're in overtime. And an extra point ties it, and here we go. You get shots again from the 10.
Yeah.
And the guy says, "You know what? I mean, this is it. This is the last year at the old school.
Last play of that school."
And I do believe now they actually get to play in single A for a couple years, which I think is totally unfair. But they do with that new school up there, so they may get a shot at repeating here for a couple more years, and then they're going to take their blows when they have to move up the classification. But Here they are, chance to win the first state title in the history of the school in football. Mm-hmm. And, really, because they didn't have state titles when they were really unbelievable back in the 50s, 60s. So here he goes, instead of just kicking an extra point, he goes for two. You miss it, you're done. The game's over.
But if
it's
you
not
win,
like there's 1 minute to go.
If you make it, knockout punch,
you're the
game
state
over.
title winner.
Yeah, I love it.
And you're undefeated.
I go for it.
Well, he did, and he made it.
Don't you?
Yes, and Fulmer was apparently stopped. The kid that scored was stopped at the 1 yard line and just would not be denied.
Tremendous.
It's just one of the all-time great stories, considering it's the last year at the old building.
Yeah.
And it'll never be the same. I still not call it. They changed their name to Cardinal World. They're North Catholic.
Why did they do that?
Well, for money. Because somebody gave them money and said, call it Cardinal World. There's no doubt that's why they did it.
Okay.
Now, listen, when they move up there.
North Catholic for 100 years.
Correct. And when they move up there next year, they're Cardinal World. That's the new school up there.
It's not even going to be called Cardinal World North Catholic.
I don't know what they're going to call themselves, but I'm sure it'll be referred to as Cardinal World, I think. I mean, who's going to has the time to say Cardinal World North Catholic?
Yeah. I think, let me tell you something about that. See, I went to
St. LaSalle, which was South Catholic.
Yeah, but it was all boys. Mm-hmm. And to me, the place, the only thing that's the same is the building. Mm-hmm. So they're going to have a problem with alumni. I don't know. Central Catholic has one of the reasons Central Catholic played for the state championship yesterday and lost. Does as well as they do in football is because they have really strong alumni support. Mm-hmm. And you talk to guys who went to Central Catholic, I don't care if they went there 10 years ago, 5 years ago, or 50 or 60 or 70 years ago, they still have a feeling for the place. And one of the reasons they do is it's the same as when they went there. It's all boys. You got to wear a tie. It's as close to being the same as humanly possible in 2013.
Right. Yes.
Seton LaSalle, they let girls in. I know lots of guys who went to school with me. They said it's not the same school anymore. They have a hard time. I think they may be overcoming that in some ways now, but they have a hard time. There's a lot of influential, successful people came out of that school that don't have a feeling for the place because it's not the place they went to school. It's the same building.
When did they go co-ed? Do you remember?
Mid 70s or something.
Mid-70s.
Yeah, but it's been a long time. But it's not the same place. So the old guys who were in the last 20 years. Guys, lawyers, doctors, a lot of successful people. I mean, I remember going to my high school reunion. I think it was my 20th, and it was my class, and there were some guys from the class ahead of me. And I'm standing there talking to a bunch of guys. I went to 4 colleges in 6 years, never graduated. Huh? I'm looking around. I'm going Princeton, Notre Dame, wow. Columbia, Princeton. That's who was standing there. Now these guys, lawyer, doctor, dentist. They were very influential, and they felt when the school made that drastic change, it wasn't the same place. I guarantee it cost them millions of dollars over the years.